The South China Sea, a flashpoint where the ambitions of nations collide and the world's attention is fixed. Here, rusted Philippine supply boats face off against imposing Chinese Coast Guard vessels, their hulls weathered by years of confrontation and salt water. The Philippine crew's mission is clear: deliver vital supplies to soldiers stationed at the remote Second Thomas Shoal, a lonely outpost in the heart of disputed waters. But China blocks their path, horns blaring, steel against steel, as both sides refuse to back down in this high-stakes maritime chess game. These tense encounters are routine, not rare, in one of the world's most contested waterways, where every maneuver is watched, and every incident could spark a wider crisis. China claims nearly the entire sea, clashing with the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations, who call these waters their own, fueling a dispute that has lasted decades. Filipino sailors are outmatched, facing water cannons, aggressive maneuvers, and the constant threat of escalation, yet they persist, determined to hold their ground. Each standoff is a test of resolve, with global consequences for trade and security, as trillions of dollars in goods pass through these waters every year. The world watches, knowing these confrontations ripple far beyond the waves, shaping alliances and raising the stakes for peace in the region. Yet just as tensions peaked, a new chapter began. The leaders of China and the Philippines announced a sweeping agreement, promising a fresh start. They spoke of cooperation, not conflict, of building bridges, not barriers, and of seeking common ground in these troubled waters. But after years of standoffs and broken promises, is this partnership real progress, or just a pause in a long and bitter struggle for control? The stakes are high and the region holds its breath, waiting to see if peace will hold, or if the cycle of confrontation will return. The next move could change everything, not just for these nations but for the world. The new China-Philippines agreement is ambitious. Billions in Chinese investment are set to flow into Philippine roads, bridges, and railways, promising to reshape the country's infrastructure for decades to come. This deal is being hailed as a turning point, with both governments touting it as a symbol of renewed partnership and shared vision. For a nation of over 7,000 islands, this means faster travel, stronger businesses, and a real shot at modernization. Improved connectivity could help unite distant communities, boost tourism, and make daily life easier for millions of Filipinos. Trade is central to the agreement. The Philippines aims to sell more goods to China, while Chinese products and technology flow in, deepening economic ties and opening new markets for both sides. The hope? Economic ties that create jobs, raise living standards, and offer new opportunities for Filipino workers and entrepreneurs. The most controversial piece, joint development in the South China Sea, remains at the heart of the deal, stirring debate at home and abroad. Instead of fighting over oil and gas, both sides now propose sharing resources, hoping to turn a flashpoint into a foundation for cooperation. It's a dramatic shift, from years of legal battles and tense naval standoffs to a new era of economic partnership and dialogue. On paper, it's a win-win: investment and development for Manila, greater influence and access for Beijing, and the promise of shared prosperity. Leaders on both sides hail a new era of friendship and prosperity, celebrating the deal as a milestone in bilateral relations. But beneath the optimism, tough questions remain, and not everyone is convinced by the promises on display. Can economic cooperation really ease old tensions and resolve deep-seated disputes? Or is this deal just a strategic move in a much bigger geopolitical game with both sides seeking advantage? The fine print matters, and not everyone is convinced. Critics warn of hidden risks and unresolved issues that could surface later. The world is watching closely, searching for the real story behind the smiles and the handshakes, as the future of the region hangs in the balance. Supporters see the deal as a lifeline for the Philippine economy, a chance to revitalize industries and create new opportunities. New infrastructure means jobs. Thousands of workers, engineers, and suppliers will benefit from these projects. Better roads and ports could help farmers and businesses reach new markets, even exporting to China, boosting local economies. Economic growth, they argue, is the best path to stability and security, providing a foundation for future generations. Joint development in the South China Sea could lower military tensions, replacing conflict with cooperation and mutual benefit. Shared financial interests might build trust where patrol boats once clashed, fostering a more peaceful region. For many, it's a practical move: work with China for prosperity while standing firm on sovereignty and national pride. The hope is to manage a tough relationship and deliver real benefits to ordinary Filipinos. It's not surrender, it's strategy for a better future, but optimism is only half the story. Challenges and uncertainties remain. Critics warn the Philippines is risking its sovereignty for short-term gains. They fear debt-trap diplomacy. If Manila can't repay Chinese loans, Beijing could demand control over key infrastructure. Joint development in disputed waters, they argue, undermines the Philippines' legal victory and weakens its maritime claims. There are also concerns about who really benefits. Will projects help ordinary Filipinos, or just a few powerful interests? Environmental damage and displacement loom as risks. Some worry China's real goal is to pull the Philippines away from its traditional allies, using economic leverage for political influence. The fear Manila could become a pawn in a larger power struggle. For critics, the price of partnership may be too high. The China-Philippines Pact unfolds amid rising military activity across Asia. While Manila courts Chinese investment, it's also deepening defense ties with the US, Australia and others. Recent pacts allow foreign troops on Philippine soil and joint military exercises, clear signals to Beijing. The US is expanding its presence, conducting joint patrols in the South China Sea. The Philippines is now a key player in Washington's Indo-Pacific strategy. This balancing act, economic deals with China, security alliances with the West, is risky. Some call it smart diplomacy, others see a dangerous tightrope. The danger angering both sides and ending up isolated. Every move is scrutinized by allies and rivals alike. The stakes for the region have never been higher. The Philippines stands at a crossroads, one path deeper economic ties with China, promising growth and peace. The other, stronger security alliances defending sovereignty and international law. The government hopes to balance both, but the risks are real. Every decision sends a signal, sometimes conflicting, sometimes costly. The danger pleasing no one and being caught in the crossfire of great power rivalry. The choices made now will shape the nation's future and the region's stability. Is this a new era of prosperity or a risky gamble with independence? Only time will tell.